Alright. Man, today has been interesting. I was actually trying to make a thumbnail for this. And I was also trying to export some stuff from Photoshop. And fucking Photoshop. This is a big old sigh. Literally the worst fucking program ever. I'm just gonna bitch about it for a second. I don't feel like opening it again, but basically it corrupted part of itself again, which this is not the first time this has happened. And so now it just can't export things, you know, like literally a mission critical thing. So if I open up a file in Photoshop, it says like the export thing has been disabled because of blah 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 blah. Basically what it's saying is it can't do its job. This program I pay $60 a month for. Incredible. Adobe is a piece of shit. I absolutely hate them. And there's a reason why I'm trying to reduce basically all of my Adobe program usage to 0. Because their software has become some of the buggiest I have seen. It's actually awful for how much it costs. It's insane. Anyway. Rant over. Screw Adobe. I hate them. That's the end of the rant. I am currently eating. So I guess this is also, what do they call it? Mukbang or whatever? That's obviously a joke though. I'm not gonna do that. But I am starving, so I'm eating noodles. Hopefully y'all don't mind. This is really random, I know that too, because I wasn't going to stream tonight, but I really wanted to work on the model, so I'm glad that y'all picked Live2D. Hey, how's it going? I feel like I just saw you. Weird, right? It's meatball pho. That's what I'm eating right now. I promise I'll get to the actual fun stuff in just a second. But man, I was hungry. Oh, these meatballs are so good. Good lord. Oh, you have school in 2 days? Was it just a break for you recently or something? I should, okay, you know what? I'll actually show y'all the problem I'm having. Because it's so weird, right? Like, I don't understand it at all. Let me just, okay, so let's see. I guess I'll, you know what, I'll just show my whole window. It basically just, like, every single time I open up Adobe, it says, there's a problem with the generator, the problem persists. Please see, and then it links me to something, and that link is literally reinstall the entire program. I guess I'll, I can't even do that in the background though, because the Adobe Cloud thing is gonna eat up all my, internet. So I guess just screw me, right? It's whatever. I really wanted to, so for those who don't know, oh, right. Let me actually turn on some of this. This, whole room is like an active thing that I'm working on. And it looks okay, right? But I actually have a much better version of this graphic that's like, and it's done, and I can't I can't export from Adobe to actually use it because Adobe's broken. Literally want to scream. Anyway, so I was gonna try to set that up for the stream, but it didn't end up happening. I guess I'll just have to reinstall Adobe. It's fine. It's whatever. Annoyed. Still. But these noodles are making it better, because these noodles are really good. Yeah. If you've ever worked with like any software, you've relied on it for a lot of things, you know exactly the pain. My favorite bug that Illustrator still has is that it's absolutely ridiculous too. It's had it for like 5 years now. If you export an artboard that is not on a pixel X and Y, like a full pixel X and Y, Adobe will randomly decide that it wants to add an extra pixel to either the width or the height of your export artboard. And normally that's not a problem, right? Like, okay, it's 1921 by 1080, right? Like, whatever. You're not even gonna notice. The problem is whenever you're trying to upload to like Steam, for example, it requires a very specific size. And I'm talking literally down to the pixel specific size. Steam actually will only ingest assets that are like, we'll say like 920 by 480. So if it's 941, I have to go into Photoshop and edit it down by a pixel, and I want to scream. It's actually so irritating. So like, funnily enough, I export it from Illustrator, it messes it up by a pixel, then I export it into Photoshop, or sorry, load it into Photoshop, and then export it with the 1 pixel gone. It's actually hilarious. It's really funny. And by funny, I mean infuriating. Okay. Time to actually get to work. I might take random bites of noodles, just be aware. Hopefully it's not too gross of a noise. I don't really know if it's a really gross noise or not. So, I don't really remember where I was at with this. I think I was having trouble connecting these two, like the arm and okay, let's see. So the freckles, that's fine. But whenever, so I think, let's see. Yeah, okay. So see how whenever I rotate these, like they're disconnecting? I need to glue this up real quick, so let's see. Oh, that's fine. Oh, not the hoodie. God, I hate that. I hate that you can select hidden items if its opacity is 0. Oh my god, I swear. Dude, this is just the worst. Alright, so the upper chest, no, that's not what we want. What is this? It's not the, oh no. That's not it either. Wait, actually, is that it? Oh, that is it. Okay, apparently the arm needs to attach to the tank top. That doesn't make any sense, but whatever. Okay. Don't let anyone know I just saw, or you just saw that. I'm gonna get banned off YouTube for seeing flesh-colored orbs. There's not even like any anatomy there, but hopefully YouTube doesn't shadow ban me for that. We're gonna just move on from that point. Okay, so hey, uh, uh Lava? Oh god, I don't, that is most likely not how you say your name, but hello and welcome to the stream. I'll just call you TOA. Tua? Yeah, welcome to the stream. We're trying to get these two things. I have not done, yeah, flesh-colored orbs. That's basically what they look like. Man, I have not done Live2D in a while, and I am struggling right now. Wait, okay, so... Oh, oh, no wonder I was confused. I was like, where's the mesh? I already set it up for it to be glued. Okay, good. I'm somewhat smart, I guess. Oh, no, that's right, but I still need to... Yeah, okay. So I just need to select all that, bind where it can, okay, glue. So now if I, arm deformer, there we go. It should, okay. Well, there's obviously some issues with the glue, but it is sticking to itself, that's fine. Okay, so now we just need to edit the glue. So, basically what this means is, like, obviously this is the green side and this is the red side. So like when the green moves, how much do we want to be pulled with it? And obviously we don't want the actual, pink top to be pulled with it. So what we're gonna do, so we're gonna color in most of this, probably the top as well. And also definitely the boob. We don't want pulling the boob. Maybe just turn that up to 100%. Yeah, that should probably be fine. Turn it down a little bit and just, yeah, okay. How goes the bodybuilding? It's going, it's going pretty well. God, I was really hoping that no one was gonna look at that, that title and think something naughty. But I'm gonna be real. I kind of expected that, so we'll see if anyone comes in going like, what is this? Haven't seen how it works. Oh boy, Live2D is a treat. It's a very interesting program. It has a lot of interesting features. We'll just say that. It's like, okay, so yeah. Okay, it's kind of working, but it looks like... So what we might need to do is add some additional matrix. Okay, or vertices rather, for our meshes. So, let me actually explain. Okay, so if you've never seen Live2D before, let me explain on something a little bit similar, or simpler, sorry. So let's say, like, this leg, right? So when you want to mesh this leg, because it's mostly straight, I would probably... yeah, it's only not if you think of this. Exactly. Which, I feel like many would think it is, but we'll see. So, there's built-in tools to mesh it. And basically what meshing does is it influences how it will move the mesh around. So when you're like warping it and twisting it and turning it, all that sort of stuff, it slightly is affecting the mesh, and in practice it's also affecting I'll sort of show you what I mean in just a moment. Okay, so we want more or less like that, that's fine. Usually extend a little bit past it. So that's all good, right? It's extending a little bit too far though, so let's actually really quick grab this. Oop. That's not what I want. Okay. We'll just pull this in and manually tweak this just a little bit. The tools get you like 90% of the way there, but you honestly need to do some yourself. I feel like that's most things, so let me just do this real quick. Basically, what it will do inside the actual program itself is you can then add deformers, and those deformers will actually take this mesh and take all these triangles and sort of bend them around to the way that the deformer is supposed to be bending them. And so if your mesh is actually really like shittily set up, it'll kind of mess up the entire ordeal, and your mesh will start having like weird artifacting in it. I'll show you what I mean in just a second. Let me just finish this up. Okay, that's okay, let me do the top real quick too, sorry. The leg honestly probably doesn't need this much. I could have extended like each of these columns a little bit more so there's not as many of them, but whatever. Because it's not going to be moving that much, right? So you don't need that many vertices in it, but this is whatever. It's fine. Okay, so now we've got the leg, and you'll notice that there's like sort of this general flow to the leg, right? It's up and down. That makes sense because we're going to want to bend it from left and right. So around the knee point, we're going to then just do this. And actually, you know what? There we go. So something kind of like that. And what I just added was just like, I forgot what they call it. Deform path edit, sure. That's what we'll go with. But see how it's like bending it now? And you'll actually notice that if I were to take an individual vertex, you can actually see it. It's like basically it's parented the actual texture to the versi, and so as you deform it, the texture deforms exactly as you'd expect. And so to give you like a quick overview of that, the eye, for example, so I have it sort of set up where actually, you know what a better idea would have been? It's just to strip, open up my old animation. Or my current model, for that matter. Yeah, here's my current model. So, oh god, that was a disaster. This was before they added in those new nifty things, but basically you can see it's like, again, warping it, right? So that's like the gist of everything. And then what you do from there is you actually build up this like full hierarchy, right? So, for example, if I want the body to move left and right, well then I'm like, okay, let's select everything. So these are all the things that are changing due to that, which is a lot. It looks like a lot, I promise. It's not as much. Let me actually redo that selection. Oh, it's gonna, damn it. They want to show the glue, but basically, let me try Y. That might be a little bit simpler. No, that's still just as bad. Alright, but for the most part, you can sort of see like the root is like moving up and down, right? And so as long as you set up your hierarchy right, which this one's like only kind of set up right, it looks like, you basically can just move this around and it will just completely work with your model. So I sort of have already set this up with this one. I think, let's see. So like if I, oh, maybe not. God, it's been months since I've touched this model. Let me open up an even better example, if I still have it. Where is, oh boy. I don't think. It might be on my network drive. Let's see if, oh boy. Oh god, did Live2D just crash? Live2D just might have crashed. Oh, come on. Oh, that was a mistake. Okay, well, while it tries to unfuck itself, let me eat some more noodles. But yeah, Live2D is a Java-based program, so it's not the most amazing. Okay, it unfucked itself, but apparently it didn't like me going to a network drive, so that's a no-go. But basically, chibi models are made the same way. They're just a lot simpler. Oh my god, those noodles are so good! Alright. I think I can actually kinda, yeah. So obviously this is a pretty weird example, but like when I move my neck, as you'd expect, it actually moves like the shadow as well as the head itself. And that's because neck extend is covering the neck and head rotation. So what that means is it's rotating the head and it's deforming the neck. And the way that this works is the deformation will deform any deformers or layers underneath it. So since the neck is a layer, it will just deform it properly, right? But if I were to add a head rotation, like basically it's just a rotator, it's not a head rotation, nothing special about it. But see, now I can rotate it around this point. But then, so if I mess with this again, it'll actually not deform the neck anymore. And the reason why is because it's now going to just rotate it around that point. So this is actually very useful for when you want objects to mostly remain static, but they move around joints, so like legs. You almost never want like a leg to actually like rotate. You usually want it to I say that, I don't know why. Okay, let's see. Is it because height? Let's just make that 1. And then if I, well yeah, you can kind of see it happening now. I'm kind of surprised though that it seems to only be really affecting this. Like it's not rotating the knee, I'm not sure why that's happening, but yeah. Oh, my favorite thing to do is do this. That is like truly the face of horror, no? Now most of my time has been spent on the face. That's why I said in the thing, let's work on the body. Cause most of the stuff has been in the face. I've rigged up most of it so it like actually properly will move. The eyes are mostly rigged up. I actually need to redo some of this, but yeah. Should actually probably redo some of this now. Yeah, it's perfect, right? It's the spooky month. Alright. Okay, so back to all this. Let me actually add in some more stuff right here. So we want this to remain like perfectly flat. This music is sort of sensual. I just made it like autoplay on what's it called? Oh god. Monster Cat. I got Monster Cat Gold because I was like, man, I need music. I need just some background noise. I don't know, people that work without any background noise honestly terrify me. Like genuinely, I don't know how they do it. Alright, okay, so now we can just bind it, okay. So now we have more glue options. So if we click on this again, we can make all of this red. And so hopefully now that's enough. We'll see. It might not be. I might need to move those over. So I rotate this. Oh my god, that's terrifying. Okay. let's add that glue again. Oh, okay. Oh my god. So that probably shouldn't even be yeah, so those should not be merged. Whoops. We want to unbind those. Or not. Unbind. There we go. See it. Did that like, I feel like that messed something up. I'm not sure if it did. Okay, no, that like mostly worked. Okay. But yeah, the idea is that you like set up the rig well enough that then so this one should get more of the green back. Okay. That looks pretty decent. I think that should do it. Alright, let's turn that to 0. Just see if that looks okay. Yeah, that little bit's still annoying. So that, okay, let's so that bit should actually be completely red. So let's edit this again. Oh, it is red. That's interesting. Needs to be more red. There we go. Yeah, okay, that should be better. I can't imagine working in science listening to something the opposite is fair. Yeah, no joke, right? I really don't understand how anyone does that. OTVS and the intro. I don't actually know what that is. OTVS. Let's look it up. Not really getting any hints for it. Hits. I said hints. That's not what I meant. Yeah, I don't know what that means. I'm sorry. It's OTV. I don't. Okay, well, clearly I don't know what it is because I'm dumb. I don't. What is OTV? It looks like a. Open television, maybe? Yeah, sorry, I don't actually know what this is. If you're in the server though, feel free to post in the server. Alright, so... Okay, it's almost there. It's still extending just a little bit, so let's edit it one more time. Alright. More than likely, I'm not gonna have the arm bend this much, but this is just like, you know, just to make it look better. Yeah, like that's about the most I'll bend the arm. I actually already have this one rigged up completely. So it does this. God, that looks really good actually. Anyway. Alright. Popular YouTuber. What? Dude, I was only getting open TV. God damn. My Google Foo is slipping. Apparently I'm losing my touch. Alright. Okay. So that's actually properly sticking. Which is good because now if I do... Got breathing torso. It's like kind of working. Okay. So... Okay, let's try this one more time. Yeah, so this needs to be more green. Alright, there we go. I think that's actually, yeah, okay, that's actually good now. That's some wild movement. Yeah, you're telling me. We should probably do the chest next. That'll be even more wild movement. They are way too big. It's anime though, so it's whatever, right? I need to reheat my noodles some more. They're kind of getting cold. I haven't eaten them fast enough. Yeah, I'll actually, you know what? I'll be right back. I'm gonna go throw these in the microwave for just a minute.
I know what's going on in the head of yours. I don't make sense to when I feel that I'm making it worse. I try to find out just what's serving you. In a new perspective, if gonna find the truth. If gonna find the truth. I've waited many days, but you can't. Taking care of my girl, you know somehow. Time goes by, but soon you grow. Don't be shy, your head burns, girl. I hope that I can do this right. Make sure you feel safe tonight.
Not in the know whatsoever. So when y'all are like, what do you call it? When y'all are like, oh, OTV and like all this stuff and Pokemon, I'm like, the only thing I know about Pokemon is that a lot of people hate her and a lot of people like her, and that's about it. I know that like a lot of people very salty about her, but also a lot of people like her a lot, and that's about it. I don't even know what content she streams. The only stuff I keep up on is like VTubers. More or less. I keep up on some other stuff, but VTubers mostly. If, what's his name? Oh god, I'm blanking on his name. Penguin Zero or whatever. I do watch his videos sometimes. That's the only connection to like popular internet celebrities that I know. Critical. Jesus Christ, I can't remember his name for a second. Yeah, Critical. I watch him. That's about it. If you've never had pho, you should totally go see if there's a place nearby that has it. It's so freaking good. Like, honestly amazing. Well, yeah, that's his real name, but most people call him Critical. Dude, this is so good. Oh my god. Sorry. I know this is not what y'all came here for. Just give me like one more minute. I'm just gonna eat one more of these meatballs. Oh god, it's so good. Okay.
Don't let the door hit you on the way out.
All right. Enough of the meatball eating. Okay. So that should be good. Enough for this, and it is indeed brilliant. Okay, cool. So now if I do body Y, it should actually like properly. Oops. Yeah. Okay, well, obviously I'll never do it to that extreme, but it actually does properly like bring up the arm slightly or lower it slightly, so that's good. Oh god, sorry. That was a little bit of a burp. Okay, so oh, god damn it. Come on. There we go. Okay. So I need to add in the same things that I added in over here. Is there a way I can... Oh wait, what? Case when editing only one mesh. Oh, that kind of sucks. Can I see if I can... That would be actually fantastic. Oh, damn it. It's reflecting the whole thing. I'm dumb. You should definitely sleep. I vote for sleep, personally. I am a huge proponent of sleep. Sleep adjacent. Alright. So that's like that, and then for this one, basically like right here, all the way down. God damn it. I knew he was gonna try to do that. Alright. Okay, that looks just about perfect. So the only thing left is... Oh, shit. Oh no, I just realized I did that in the mesh alone and into it with the arm selected. Oh no, and I also just froze. Why is it like this? My god, it's such a shit program. Bruh. What the fuck? Oh, hey Axel, how's it going? Bruh, okay, there we go. It undid itself. Brilliant. Okay, okay. We're back in business. Jesus Christ. Alright. Okay, and then the other one is... Actually, wait, this arm looks... Yeah, wait, this arm looks like really different from this one. Can I, let's see if I can jump in here, grab that. Grab that, delete that, paste that. Nope, that did not work. What is that pasting? It's another problem this program has, is, yeah, that's just straight up not working. That sucks. Oh yeah, Blair, have a good one. Hope you enjoyed somewhat. I'd love to see you later, so yeah, see you later. That being said, you should probably sleep. Finally decided to drop by. Yeah, sometimes fun stuff happens, but I feel like sometimes it doesn't. Alright. Can I copy paste it when it's like in here? No, I really can't. Are you fucking kidding me? Modeling, edit shape, copy shape. Does that work? Oh boy. Okay, wait. Modeling, edit shape, copy shape. Modeling, edge shape, base shape. The selected object does not include an object that copied geometries. What? Okay, let me just look this up. Art mesh to another art mesh. Duplicate mesh. There we go. Okay. Oh, great. It's in Japanese. So apparently, let's see. Art mesh copy of art mesh. Oh no, that's not what I want. I want like copy and blend shapes. Here we go. I don't think this is possible. That sucks. Really? I feel like there's, oh my god, I almost feel like there's no way, right? Copy. What is this called? Yeah. A mesh pattern. The documentation for Live2D is like an absolute disaster. Okay, I don't think it's possible. If it is, it's very hidden, so... I love this song. This song is actually really good. I don't know if y'all have heard this song before, but it is a bop, for sure. Let me actually cancel that, redo it, and then click on this. And I'll just like leave one point so I can read. So I don't want it to attach it to both, I just want to use it as a model. You know, I don't even really need to make it exactly the same. Yeah, you know what? Screw that. I'm not gonna do that. It's too much work. Oh god damn it, it did it again. Yes, I don't want that. Yeah, there we go. I'm just gonna go into hyper mode and finish this real quick. So, let's actually just grab these and attach them. Probably want it like right there. Grab the green and we'll add a point there for just the green. I said just, god damn it. Probably doesn't need a touch there. And then, so that can be bound, this can be bound, bound. Combine these two. Yeah, okay. We'll see if that works. We might have to do a little bit more. I'm not really sure, but we might have to do a bit more. Let's see. So we want red to do all of this shit, but we want green to definitely hold on to most of this as well. Honestly, that might just work. That might be good enough. It's like, it's kind of close, let's see. So, this needs to have this, I guess? Yeah. So, okay, we do need to add a bit then. A bit more points. So let me just do that real quick. Drag that there. I feel like I want to make it more similar though, because I'm worried that if we make it too dissimilar, when we actually go to like manipulate the body, it'll look too different from each other. And if it looks too different, it'll look a little bit weird, right? So you don't want that. I'm gonna eat a little more noodle. God, those are so... Okay, what's... Let's, okay. I'm gonna try this one more time. Just to see if I can get this to work, because I really want it to work. No, yeah, I don't think I can. That's... To say that's annoying is, like, an understatement. Edge shape, copy shape. If I go into it, like what is that doing? I can't tell what that's doing. I really don't know. Whatever, screw it. Okay. So let's unbind all those. Oh right, we need to. Okay. Save that, go back to that. So yeah, let me just manually add in all the points, the extra points we need. All right, so that's that, and then down over there. Oh, it's replaying the same song. What's happening? I just realized that. It's a bop, but I don't want to hear it again. Yeah, sure. We'll just play the top 30. I don't know what that means. I'm probably gonna hate half these songs, I feel like. Monster Cat is very hit or miss for me. Some of their music is like, wow, it was incredible. And some of the artists they license, I'm like, okay. You know? Alright. I'm gonna actually really quickly...
Now, I want to get down to the simplest possible nitty-gritty.
Grab that, and then... Alright. Now I should be good to go. Okay, so... Let me actually really quickly delete some of these red ones. Did I just delete... Oh, okay, that's fine. No. Whatever. Okay. And now I can add them back in. So it looks like I'm looking at like the other one and how it looks. So I want like that, and then like that, and then actually connect to it, connect to it, connect to it, and then looks like we grab this one, this one, this one, and then come back this way. And then there, there. Sorry, I know this is not very fitting, to say the least. Alright. So that should actually be the first one. Then we go right here, across, connect up to that. And then it looks like we grab that one, that one, that one, and connect there. And then yep, that's what I'm gonna do. Alright, and then just need to connect up to that. Okay, I think that's actually decent enough that we can now bind those. So let's do that. I'm doing it manually because I didn't do them at the same time, so sometimes they'll like accidentally jump around when you don't mean them to. So if you're wondering why I'm doing it the slow ass way, well, there's your answer. Alright. That's looking pretty dang good. Let's see. So those two, two. Yep. Oh, we need to connect up this one. And looks like we got them all. Okay, cool. Yep. Okay, that looks almost perfect. I am so sorry, by the way, for anyone who actually knows how to use this program. And it turns out that that is like an incredibly bad way of doing it, because it probably is, and I probably don't know some secret way of getting it to work, so I'm so sorry if that is the case. Turn down the audio just a bit. Oh, my eyes are hurting. Might need to go get my glasses. Yeah, I think I'll go get my glasses. I don't actually, I don't have, like, proper glasses, so I guess we're making, these my glasses. Okay. I'll be right back, though, for IRL glasses. One moment. This is what happens when you stare at a screen all day. Your eyes start to revolt and they get mad. Who could have thought? How do I rotate these? I think I can. That is a weird song. We have, let's see. Sunglasses black. Oh, but they're still sunglasses. I don't like them as much. Whatever. I'll leave them on. I'm actually surprised how well the tracking does, even with the glasses on. Granted, I don't really have very big glasses, but still, it's kind of surprising. All right. Back into it. So for this, we want to keep basically all of that. And then this keeps all of this. And we'll see how that goes. I don't know why, but every single time I see the mall like this, I think of Goku. I don't know why. Okay, that is pretty dang close, but I can't tell which part's messing up. Let me so let me actually, to get this as close as possible, we'll do that -30 and this 30. Okay, so we need to match it as close as possible to that. All right. Okay. That looks pretty much identical. And so let's just, yeah, again, I don't expect it to really go up that high, but I still kind of want it to work. We'll see. Uh, hmm. All right. Why does that look so weird? It's like it's kind of folding in on itself. So it's like, oh, okay. So it's like all red. Let me actually do the same thing. I just take a picture of it real quick. And drop that. And paint and reflect it. Alright. Okay. So... yeah, okay, it's completely different. We want, like, the entire top part to be red. So, we'll do... oh, wait, it's actually reversed, so this should be green. And then the chain should be, like, right here. And right there. Let's actually not make it so strong, though. Alright. Okay, so something like that apparently is gonna give us our best choice. Interesting. Alright, we'll go for it. I meant to say my best chance of it winning, or working. Okay, well that was obviously incorrect, but continue to work at it, right? Okay, so we need this to stay in the green. Okay, that actually doesn't look that bad now. Let's see. No, it's still doing that stupid shit. Bruh. Why is it not letting me change that? Kind of a little bit confused. So... yeah, so this should not be like that. It should actually be all green, so... let's try to get it more like that. Because that means that will change. Hopefully. Let's see. So this will change, but nothing else. We should probably make sure that this stays the same, though. Okay. Well, we'll see if that works. We'll see if that works. Sorry, by the way, I am getting a little bit tired, so if I'm being, short with the program, that's what it is. Yeah, see, we don't want to do that. But we want green to be like that. Okay. I think I just got it. Yeah. Okay, it's good enough. It's not perfect. It's good enough for our purposes, for right now at least. God, that took way too long. It's been a really long time since I've used glue, apparently. Alright. How long have I been streaming for? Only about an hour. Okay, that's not that bad. that being said, I think I am gonna wrap it up because, man, I'm starting to get very tired. I'm sorry, this stream has been complete chaos, but for those that joined me, thank you. I'm glad that some of y'all seem to enjoy yourself. And I will see y'all tomorrow, actually. I'll be streaming not Infinite Miner, Infinite Factory. So hopefully y'all will join me for that. So hope you all have a lovely night or day or whatever time is for you. And I will see y'all later. Have a good one. I say that and then again, I don't have an exit screen, so I'm just gonna stare into the camera as I slowly click the end stream button. Later.